All right, we're gonna start putting some fertilizer down. Just got some 1010 from Tractor Supply. And I'm just gonna use my hand broadcaster. I've got a bunch of fields to do. We've got the sunflowers, milo, more sunflowers and oats. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 other strips of milo to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 areas to do. And I got 8 bags, 8 40-pound bags. We'll see if that can make it. So I'm spreading, I'm kind of just walking sideways. It's kind of easy because I didn't make the strips that wide. And I really don't even have to walk through them. I got the spreader here like on my side as I'm walking down here. You can see the milo's pretty good, but like everywhere on the farm this year it's ragweed, so ragweed and milo's going to be everywhere. All right, I got the big field done. I got the hillside done up there. And then as I was coming down on this side of our ditch line, I put a handful of fertilizer on these chestnut trees here. These were seedlings I planted last fall. And they looked a little yellow to me. This is a hillside, it's very dry. So I don't know if they were turning yellow because they were so dry and hot, but this hillside doesn't get any kind of nutrition, doesn't get tilled up and fertilizer or anything down. So I just give them each a handful. And now moving on to this food plot here. There's the tower. Clover, 2 milo strips, 1 on either end going all the way up. I'm gonna do those 2 and then I gotta go to the back field. All right, we're moving along. Man, I did all those fields down there. This is my last strip of milo to do here. And then we're going to the back field, but since I'm up here, I wanted to show you this. This is the feather edging that I did, one of those state programs, NRCS, where I had to go in there 50 yards, the edge of your wood line, and cut out trees and only leave some of the selected trees. This is the actual feather edging here. Any down tree, you're supposed to like leave it hang out and make, you don't want a straight line, you want it to be all broken up. But you can see how the trees, these are all hickory trees here, but they're really branching out. All the feather edging here is filled in, weeds growing in it, sticking out. And let's see, yeah, these are all hickories here. And then I get into some maples. So the maple trees are branching out. You can see all how thinned out and all the branches coming down the trees now. And all the natural regrowth inside here all the way down. So you go from hard timber to this selected trees and brush underneath of it. All the branches are all piled up all in this stuff. It's like a mess. You can't even walk through this stuff. And it goes all the way down and around. The video I made about that is, I would never do that again. I think I mentioned that in the video. That was such hard work, chainsawing so many trees. If you had large old school timber with no undergrowth and you just had to knock down trees, you could be done in a day, no problem, easy. But this was all small trees already with so many sticker bushes and blackberry, like there was so much stuff in here, it was a disaster. All the invasive species I had to cut. But the feather edging, long story short, it actually looks good and it's working. The deer come out of the woods and they kind of stand here. You know, they mill around in that tall stuff before they bounce out and come down. And we can see them from the house down there, from the windows. We'll watch them up here sneaking out. All right, the last field. This is the last milo that I'm spreading this fertilizer on. But this is the best milo out of all the spots. This field here, well, the other fields, I mowed it as low as I could. I disked it up. I dragged it. I got it down to super fine dirt. I spread the seeds, then I re-dragged it, and it all came up with stinking ragweed. This field, all I did is took the disc on the tractor and actually just drove right over top of this clover, back and forth till I chopped it up. The dirt was literally just chunky. It wasn't even fine dirt. I didn't drag it or anything. I just went back and forth over the drag to bust up the clover. And then I just sprinkled these seeds in, these milo seeds, and that was it. That was it. Nothing. I didn't do anything else besides a couple passes with the disc to break up the dirt and chop up some of the clover, and I put these seeds in. And this is the best field. Now, I don't know if it has to do with the base was clover, which is full of nitrogen, but I think turning those fields into such fine dirt and then flipping up that seed bed of seeds that were already in the soil and disturbed soil just allowed any kind of weed to just grow, where this clover here is choking out the weeds already. And then to put these seeds right into chopped up clover might be the better way to go, instead of starting off fresh every time with a dead field, a dead dirt field, because now you're fighting weeds. So this might be the way to go. I don't know. Plant clover, frost seed some clover, get a nice clover field, and then just run your disc in it, break that soil, and put some new seeds in. And maybe that's all you need to do. But this here is looking good. To me, it has like a little bit of a light color to it, a light tint. That's why I'm putting this fertilizer on it right now. Maybe I'll darken it up and we'll get some rain and it'll help it out. But this is it. All right, for the last thing we're gonna do here, I'm gonna put some seeds down. Will be my fall food plots. I've got 2 bags of Big and Beastie by Frigid Forest. Purple top turnips. What is it? Radishes, kale, and rape. I got 2 bags of that. And then this is what's left of a 50-pound bag of wheat. This is called red fife wheat. It originally comes from the Ukraine. It's an heirloom type wheat. They brung this over here and pretty much founded the country with this type of wheat right here. It almost went extinct from what I read online, and they're kind of bringing it back because it can tolerate a colder weather, blah, 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 whatever. So what I'm going to do is, I didn't prepare any soil for this. In my field here, which is eventually going to be grass all the way across, I've got the milo, some junk, then a strip of clover, then some junk, and then a strip of sunflowers. And all this right here just grew completely solid with ragweed. I mean, pure ragweed. Because when I was disking these fields, I would come down and turn and go back up. Come down, turn. So the ends of this field really got turned up really good. And it brung up all kind of rocks, but the dirt was so perfect. It was perfect looking. It was smooth. It was fine. And all that happened was ragweed. But I've mowed this ragweed. And since I've mowed it yesterday afternoon, it's the next morning, I can see dirt. There's dirt everywhere. And just stalks that are left from that ragweed. And of course, rocks. I'm picking up rocks nonstop. Like, look at all these rocks. There's a stinking boulder right there. I mean, it's flat, but I'll have to drive around this area and pick up a bunch of rocks. There's another one, big one way over there. But I think what I'm gonna do is spread the wheat all through here. And then I have patchy areas where there's a lot of dirt showing. See that? And I'm just gonna walk through here and put the brassicas in those open areas. There's one there. There's like 5 areas that are very, very thin with vegetation. And that's it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna put this wheat in these stalks, which are left from the ragweed, which I didn't have to plant. That comes back on its own. And then in patchy areas, I'm gonna put the brassica. Now, experiment. If this works, this is a natural cover crop. if this works, you could till your field up, let this ragweed get up to about, I don't know, it was about 20 inches high, and it was starting to develop the seed heads, but not really. They weren't really seeds yet. And then I mowed it. So I didn't let it get to the seed stage. But all that's left is stalks. And if I can sprinkle this, I'm thinking it's the same concept what a lot of people now are doing in the springtime. They're planting buckwheat, letting the buckwheat grow, then they spray it or crimp it and put their brassicas in that. Well, you might be able to save a step and just let stinking wild ragweed just come up first, and then just mow it and then put your other stuff in. But experiment, we'll see. It might not work. If it doesn't work, don't listen to this video, because it didn't work. It's no good. But let's try it. All right, here we go. I am going to put this down full open and as heavy as I can. Yeah, look at all those seeds coming out. I'm gonna start right here at my deer tower and just go around the bottom of this field. Put it down heavy. Look at that rock right there. Holy crap. That's a big one. That's sticking up good. We'll get that. There's a bunch here I'm gonna get. All right, so let me do this. I'm gonna put a whole 50-pound bag down along this bottom. See what happens. Miss Oxford 821 out there cutting the grass. The grass is coming in nice, but there's still some junk weeds trying to come up. Instead of using chemicals, we're going to try just mowing it. Just keeping up with mowing until that grass really gets established and chokes out everything else. Because you can see, like right along the road here, that was all farm field too. Over here was farm field on this side. And just by mowing it, you end up with a great lawn with clover in it, and the rabbits are out here, the deer are out here walking around. So that's the plan. And of course, you don't do anything. You just cut it, you just mow it, and it just turns into a good yard, good lawn. So that has all the base good seeds in there for pasture. So instead of trying to maintain it with the chemicals, we're going to try mowing it all.